On now.
I'm Cary. We're doing some bizarre things with the IRS, and if you have any questions later, you can ask me. But what's happening is the IRS is pulling their hair out. For those of you that don't know, the IRS is not part of the federal government. Okay? Therefore, if you try to sue the IRS, there's no court for you to go to. So you sue a federal agency in federal court. You sue a state agency in state court. So the IRS is like a diplomatic immunity. They have diplomatic immunity because there's no court for them. So the only way you can sue the IRS is to get them to violate a federal statute. Then you can sue, not the IRS, but you can sue for the violation under the federal statute. I know that sounds bizarre, but that's what's happening. So,
what court do you go to?
okay, you would go to a federal court. The problem is, I wrote a letter to the federal district court, and it took me about 15 times. I emailed them, I become an irritant. So they answered me, does the federal district court have jurisdiction over the IRS or federal taxes? They came back and said, no, absolutely not. So, how do you sue somebody that has no jurisdiction? They work for the IMF. That's the International Monetary Fund. Now, I'm going to ask a question, and listen to the question carefully. Who does the federal government work for?
The people.
Yeah,
Okay, see? No, not the people.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do they work for?
The IMF.
Okay, so
the Vatican.
Okay, so the IMF and the IRS, they're equals. They both. Now, how do I say that? Well, because I have the document if you want to see it. What it says is, Ronald Reagan in 1985 said, let's do an investigation where the taxes go. Now, one nickel that we pay in taxes goes to the federal government. It goes to the IMF. So, if the federal government wants money, where do they go? They don't come to us. They go to the IMF. So, when you sue the IRS in federal court, they can't hear it because there's nothing federal in it. Now, the Federal Reserve is not federal and there's no reserves. So, what we have is we have a rogue agency. So, how do you get the rogue agency? What I'm finding out is I never make a claim. For an example, does anybody in here ever file or use affidavits? Does anybody even know what an affidavit is? Okay, has anybody ever used one? Okay, I refuse to use an affidavit. Now, why is that? Okay, for those of you that use it, how do they work? They don't work, do they?
It's a statement.
Okay, you made a statement. Now you got a problem. Okay, I, Cary Zohlman, am a living, breathing man. That's my statement. What's a living, breathing man? According to Title I, Section 1, it's a woman. So I lied. That now, from now on, I can't hear. So I never use any claim. I never make a claim under any circumstance. So when I use an affidavit, I will say, this affidavit is to answer the questions asked above. My yes is yes, and my no is no. Now they're screwed. Why? Because now there's no claim for them to do it. See? Now I'm going to ask you a question. I've been very kind with my time. I need $500 for today. Is that a fair price for today? $500.
500 what?
See how simple this is? $500 what?
Fair to who?
See? See, that's what the IRS is doing to us. So what happens is they've been sending us publication 1. Our rights as a taxpayer. I thought, well, let's use that. So I read through it, and now what we're doing is publication 1, section 3 says you are only liable for the taxes you owe, not one dime more. So we go to the tax court. The tax court contacts the commissioner. The commissioner says we never gave them a notice of deficiency or a notice of determination, therefore we have no jurisdiction. They never made a claim. So if there's no claim, and they say that you owe 100,000, 2,000, billion, trillion, it makes no difference. That's a claim. If they never made a claim, then they're charging me more than I owe. So what we're doing now is we're putting together a letter saying under publication 1, section 3, I don't have to pay 1 penny more than I owe. Here, I never had a claim. And I never say, you said, they said, your testimony. And the reason I'm saying that is because we got a couple of attorneys that get up there and say, well, according to my testimony, well, okay, that's even better. So their testimony said they don't have jurisdiction. They never gave me a notice of deficiency or notice of determination. Therefore, there's no claim. If there is no claim, you said $100,000. Guess what they just did? They violated federal law. I can now sue the IRS agent in federal court. Why? They violated federal
Yeah, so
law.
that brings them in because it would be.
That's right, so we can break it off in them. Does that make sense? So instead of saying, I'm gonna sue you, they laugh at us. They laugh at us. Why? They have immunity. There is no court that can house them. Doesn't that make sense? So I'm gonna ask this question. Do dogs or cats smell the worst?
What are they smelling?
No, you sniff it. Which one stinks the most? Which one smells worse, a dog or a cat?
Was a dog.
What's worse?
See? Do you see how simple this becomes? Because if you'd have said dogs, I'd say, no, they don't. Cats do. I don't like cats. See, now it becomes a personal preference. That's what we got to stay away from. Don't make a claim. Does that make sense? I make no claims under any circumstance. For those of you that want to see it, yes.
I just want to, since I heard you talk, several times, Cary, I like watching things that are being written places. So I was thinking about this in the terms of the vax. That's not a vax.
Mm-hmm.
So the CDC or whoever claims to be Pfizer or whatever is saying it's this much effective, so to speak. So then I was thinking, oh, I looked up the word effective.
There you go.
Everyone better look up the word effective. It's like to a means of, like an end or a means to something. So it could be effective for the depopulation,
Right.
not
Right.
effective
Right.
to treat.
So you can use it against anyone that approaches
See?
the government.
So what I do is I do that all the time. Now,
So when we claim,
There
we
you
go
go.
after them, say, you said it was effective, they're like, we didn't tell you what we meant though.
there you go. See? So the point that I'm trying to show you here is what I'm doing is the one problem we have is we took a video of a guy that followed my procedure in the property tax, and they can't answer the question. And the reason for it is property taxes are paid already. They're already paid. All they got to do is build the Federal Reserve and they're paid. We're the surety. So they're double dipping. They love that extra money. Now they've got extra money that they don't have to tell us about. Now the reason taxes are so dear to my heart, because if you work 60 or 70 hours a week, bring home $300, you can't make it. You got to eat food that's bad for you. I've got to eat meat that's that close to spoiling. Or I've got to eat bread, I got to peel the mold off. Why? Because I don't have the money. See? So the reason I don't dislike taxes, I dislike taxes the way they're administered. Now the IRS says, and then number 7 of publication 1, I read it real careful. It says we have a right to privacy. That's not a right. Now the question is, you owe $100,000, we're coming for it. Wait a minute, my privacy is now violated because there's no claim. So I got them twice. So we're writing letters saying, you violated publication 1, section 3, and section 7. Here's what it says, here's what you did. And they don't know what to do with it. They absolutely don't know what to do with it. Now I got them. And I tell them right in the letter, if you so much as take one more step, I'm going to a judge on the grounds you violated publication 1, section 3, and section 7. Now that's federal law.
So now you got 2 claims against.
Now we got 2 claims against them. See? So when I go to court, well, he doesn't want to pay taxes. Nobody wants to pay them. That ain't the issue. I don't have to pay any more than I owe.
Right.
See? Now, I went to a restaurant with Darren and Glenn, and we got there, and there was a nice young lady who was waiting on the table, And I thought, I'm gonna just jack with her. I said, I'm asking you, does this shirt make me look fat? No! Oh, so you're saying I'm fat? No, I didn't say that! See, now they're on the fence. I come up with the most bizarre, this is stupid. Does this shirt make me look fat? No. Okay, then what are you saying? Well, it's not the shirt. Oh, so I'm fat. Is that what you're saying? Well, no, that's not what I said. Then what is it? Then tell me, what are we talking about? See, I never make a claim. I'll let them make the claim. Once she made the, no, okay, so you're saying I'm fat. I didn't say you were fat. No, you said the shirt didn't make me look fat, but you're telling me that this isn't fat? Hmm? See, this is what I do to them. I don't ever, I never make the claim. I ask the question. Does that make sense? So what's happening is, in the property tax area also, for those of you that have property tax, it's not about the tax, and it's not about how much you owe. It's about the word specie. Specie is money, type of money. In other words, you owe 952. What? Currency. So I went and got 952 pesos, which is $1. And I throwed it on the counter. He said, we don't want that. Isn't that currency? No. Oh, see you in court. So I took the judge to court on the grounds he said that wasn't currency. Well, what I meant was, oh, well then I meant to pay it too and I didn't. See, now, they give me all these arguments when I'm in court. When I'm in court, it's, see, it's an absolute zoo. Yes.
Could we use something like that for, how we're under an emergency use authorization?
Okay.
This is what has been boggling my brain is how come we're still under this emergency use authorization?
Yeah, we're emergency.
How come we can't
Okay.
flip that?
This is what they're going to tell you. HJR, House Joint Resolution 192,
Yeah,
has been repealed.
okay,
It has been repealed.
okay.
But you can take a $20 Federal Reserve and go buy a gallon of milk, so the policy is still in place. So, buddy, I hope they open their mouth and say that to me, because now I got them. So what we're doing is any and all, see? So what we're asking in this video is, apparently there's something wrong. I have to go to court. You're going to take my property through the legal system. I'm not an attorney. I can't make a legal determination. So what specie is on that sheet of paper? There's no dollar signs on your property tax statement, by the way.
Yep.
Well, then what are they talking about? What are they talking about?
Well, and also
Did they type out the word?
No. So what are they talking about?
Is it the fiat?
Well, see what you said. Okay, okay, you made a statement. You
Right.
just made a claim.
Right.
Okay, you know what it is. We'll take fiat. We'll take it.
Okay.
Because
So
you
I'm
got,
labeled. Okay.
see, I have a form. The word form is model or skeleton of an instrument to be used in a judicial proceeding. See, I can change it whatever. Then fill out my form. If you don't fill out the form, you agree I don't owe anything because there's no specie for me to pay it in. Or I will pay it in something else. I got a ticket. I went to court and I'm doing all my ridiculous stuff, and the judge says, that's enough. You owe the fine, you're paying the fine no matter what. I said, fair enough. Here's my form, fill it out. He said, I will not fill that out. I said, okay, then let me fill it out for you. He said, what? Will you take a specie that I can buy a house and property with? Will you accept that? He said, yes. I'll be back tomorrow with the specie you just accepted. I pulled the transcript. I highlighted it on there. I walked in there, and in the bag, he opened it up. I had boardwalk and that greenhouse, and I had the money inside of it. That dollar buys that house and that property. He looks in there. Oh, by the way, here's the transcript where you said buy property and a house. I can't make it. I'm not legal. I cannot make a legal determination. See? Now, I'm going to insult somebody here, and I don't mean to. Are you married?
No.
Okay, then what is it? You said no, so you know what is it? Tell me, you said you're not married. What is it? What is being married?
You tricked me with this question.
Thank you very much.
Anything you say, maybe use it.
See, anything you say, okay, so you don't know what it is? Okay, then let me tell you what it is, okay? Being married is,
Married to your job.
see? Now, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask somebody a question, and they're not gonna like this, but that's okay. Are you a prostitute?
Yes.
Okay?
I just give it away for free though. I'm just kidding. No.
What is it? What is it?
What's a prostitute?
Okay, a prostitute carries certain tools. I notice you have the tools that they carry. How would I not know? A prostitute has certain tools, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, a man shows up at your house with a butt crack. He's a plumber. No, I'm not. I'm a carpenter. Oh. Butt crack, butt crack, butt crack, butt. So we're all the point I'm making is I refuse to make a claim. See? See what I'm saying?
So I should have said to what?
There you go. See? Are you married? I don't know.
What's
See?
marriage?
I don't know. What is it?
Yeah.
So I can, now, I was born in Michigan. We say you guys.
Yeah.
What do you say in Texas?
Y'all.
Okay, so you guys and y'all are the same. You guys means, no, it means I expose myself in public and they like it. So since you say, you just said Santa Claus like it. See, what?
Y'all is non-gender specific.
Okay, no, the question is, all right, the question is, we don't say that here. What does it mean?
I don't know. We've said it all our lives in Iowa. You guys.
See, the point, do you see the point I'm making? You made a claim. I refuse to make a claim under any circumstance. See? Okay, do you have any children? Do you mind me asking? Yes, what? What is the children? What are children?
3 children.
What are they?
What are children?
You said you were. Oh, I have a dictionary right here that says children are offspring of men. See the problem? You made a claim.
Yeah.
The question is, do I have any children? I don't know. What are they? So I can answer the question truthfully, honestly, and properly. What are they? Okay, Your Honor, I want that struck from the record. You can never use it again. I gave you the opportunity. See where I'm coming from? That's what we're doing.
For it though. I mean,
Say that
I know
again?
You shouldn't use kids because then that's goats. But when you're in court, you say offspring.
No, I don't make it. No, I wouldn't say. See, ask me the same question.
What would you use in
You
court?
have
No,
children? Do
you
have
asked me.
Ask me.
Ask me.
Oh, like about the judge? Do you have
No,
children?
children.
You asked me?
Do you have children?
Ask if he has any children.
Oh, do you have any children?
Thank you for asking. I don't know. What are they? So I can answer it.
He's
Okay,
taking-
I want that
he's
struck
taking above the
from the record. They can never use it. As far as they're concerned, I have no children. Why? I don't know what they are.
What is the meaning of children?
Doesn't matter, does it? Unless I define it. Okay, children, okay, it's got 4 tires on the ground and has air in it. That's children.
Those are my babies.
See? In other words, unless they tell you what it is, you don't know. Does that make
If
sense?
it's there, they have to define.
Hey, wait, they're asking you the question. You're hanging yourself. Do you have a smartphone?
What's a smartphone?
Mine's pretty dumb.
Okay. Would you mind looking up Title I, Section 1? I'm going to show you why I do this. I'll let you read. Okay, does anybody look up Title I, Section 1? We've done this before, but I just want you to hear why I do this. What the government's doing, I don't hate the government. I do not. But what I don't like is I don't like to be cheesed. I don't like to be pushed all around. I don't like to be run over. And see, what they're doing is property tax in the Constitution says ad valorem is unconstitutional. The government cannot charge ad valorem taxes. I have a letter from Ann Richards saying we can't charge property tax. We have no jurisdiction. Well, I'm gonna give it to the counties. That's how we're gonna fix it. Okay, I have no jurisdiction in your house. You go over there and get anything you want. Go ahead, I give it to you.
All right.
If I don't have it, how do I give it away? See, that's what bothers me. Yes,
Title has been made positive law by Section 1 of Act July 30th, 1947, Chapter 388.
okay.
Sec-
I said Title I, Section 1.
Section 1.
Is this the one about person and officer?
I think it's
Yes.
opposite. That's
Yeah.
what he's trying to say. Is
What I'm trying to tell you is, I want you to read it so you understand.
Now it's the children.
Okay, then when they ask you, would you have any children? What is children? Well, I'll tell you what children are. See? I can't tell you what children are. Why? Because I don't know the connotation they're using it in. I told you, I'm from Michigan. Okay, what's the weather like outside?
The what?
The weather. Today. What's the weather like today?
I don't know what it's like in Michigan.
See how simple that is? In Antarctica, it's 40 below. It's snowing. It is? Yeah. Well, I thought it was hot and sunny. I didn't say out there. I just said, how's the weather? When we answer it, we make the claim. That's the problem. And we're doing it to ourselves. These judges, they're corrupt.
Yeah.
Yes, they are corrupt. There's no question. But I take the corruption away from them because when I ask the question and he answers it incorrectly, I'm going to appeal. Now, I've got an appeal, not on this. Oh, I'm there for a speeding ticket. I'm going to go over there because the judge said my shirt didn't make me look fat. I'm over there. He's got no business saying that. So I'm appealing the fact that he said my shirt didn't make me look fat. The liar.
Okay,
See?
I got a question this
Sure.
time for her case. I won't say much about it unless she tells me it's okay, but if she's already had something happen bad to her
Okay.
because the judge.
That's okay.
And it's over with, like.
And that's okay. Now that I got new information, I want to reopen the case because I got new information.
So how do you reopen that?
Go back to the court and open it. They're going to deny it. Now, okay, you denied it. New information. Go right straight to the appellate court.
Okay, and do you open that, because I hate to open stuff with a motion, because then you're.
Sure, of course. You're going to open it. I have new evidence. I
What
want
do
the
you
case
open it
reopened.
with? If you don't want to do a motion, because that's pleading with these assets.
Just pay the filing fee, use the Pulper's form, pay a filing fee, and this
Can
court.
you open it with a notice? That's what I'm.
That's fine. It's your case. Do whatever you want to. They're going to deny it.
Okay.
Once they deny it, it's denied with new information. They're now stifling my due process. I'm going straight to the appellate court on the grounds. I got new evidence.
And they withheld it from you.
There you go. See, there's a million ways to do this. Now you got a brand new case with the old stuff. See, the judges don't really like me, okay? Not because I'm smart, but because I'm so bizarre, they can't get their arms around it.
So can you go in with someone like Cindy as a friend of the court?
I don't know. I've never done that. I always go in as a POA. Huh?
Which is what?
Point of no return. Power of attorney.
Oh, okay.
See, you go online and get a 2848, that's the IRS form, and then just change it around to where it says, see, what I'm saying is, I don't know how to do everything. I just know what happens. Now, let me give you an example. I went with Darren. He has a problem with a city close by here. What happened?
I'm still waiting for a trial. It's been
See?
over, what, a year and a half?
See, they asked for an 11-month, what do they call it?
The extension.
They wanted an 11-month extension.
Adjournment.
Yeah, so they want an 11-month extension. Don't we have the Speedy Trial Act here?
Yeah.
Huh, so it's 11 months speedy trial? They're done. It's done.
He went and talked to the city manager, and it was just,
See,
Cary was real quiet at first, and the city manager stepped and said a couple of things he shouldn't, and
They got rid of that city manager.
yeah.
yes, they did. See? Now, can anybody tell me, has anybody ever gotten up in the middle of the night and stepped in poo on the floor? Has that ever happened to anybody? Really? Okay, so what is poo? What is it?
gooey stuff between your toes.
What is it? You said you did it, so what is it? No, it's chocolate pie, and it falls off my plate, and I sipped up the chocolate. See, I don't know. What is it? You have to ask that, because one says it's chocolate pie. No, I never did that. See how simple that is? That's what I do on every single thing, bar none. My wife says, I will not argue with you. Why? She said, I just can't.
Can you ask the drinking ones, Cindy can hear this, ask the drinking.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask, does anybody in here, a little tipsy, a little bit of a drinker? Does anybody in here enjoy a little bit of drink now and then? Don't be ashamed.
Drink?
It's pointing at me. Does anybody enjoy, what do you like?
Wine.
Really? I thought I was talking about water, sorry. You don't drink water then, is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay, so does that make sense? Anybody have a question for me? If you have an IRS problem or you have a property tax problem, get a hold of Darren, he can get a hold of me, and I will try my best to help you get back in line, okay?
I
Yes.
have something that already passed. Like,
That's
a long time
okay.
ago, I
Doesn't matter.
But I'm gonna use it as an example.
Okay,
Okay, so my in-laws
yes.
gave us, my husband and I put our $10,000 down, we bought our home, but it was part of, they wouldn't let me have my name on anything, because I don't know, that's just how they work. And then then as soon as my husband had an issue, they took this house was supposed to be part of our inheritance. They were gonna help us, they helped us renovate it, and that was part of our inheritance. Well, and then my husband decided to be a drinker, and he got to be a hot mess for a little while. He's great right now. He quit drinking 2 years ago, so he's good. But back then, he's a hot mess. I needed him out of the house because I had young children. I didn't want him to cause chaos, so I needed him out until he got his crap together. So his parents took the home back, but my name wasn't on anything, so it made us look like renters.
Okay.
And so I tried to fight for it because
That's
I
okay.
wasn't a renter. It wasn't the same
Right.
situation. I had paid for that house, but they took it away.
Okay, what happened was, you went into the argument, do you have a marriage license?
Yes.
In that's okay.
Yeah.
In Texas, we are a community property
Yes,
state.
absolutely.
Take that, lay it on the counter and say, we got new evidence, give me that house today or I'm coming. That's just what I do. So, see, I use everything in my ability,
Yeah.
period. I don't care what it is, I'm gonna use it in my ability. So what you do is you say, here's a marriage license dated pre to that, they took my house. They took my house, I want the money back.
Yeah.
And believe me, you will get it back.
Okay.
So what about in the same situation, well, similar, I was married down here, I mean, I got married in Iowa, but I don't know if that'll matter. I was married to the man, the parents came and said, when my little children were little, said, hey, we're gonna give each child $10,000, we're gonna put it in this certain thing, whatever it was, and by the time they reach 18, it's gonna be worth $50,000 plus to start them off good with college. Cool. They said, well, we're gonna get Tim's name on it and the child. I said, oh, I wouldn't do that. I think he's pretty bad with money. I wouldn't do that. Now, my children have no college. I think they gave it to the twins as well later on, and the money's gone. It was only meant for college.
That's
Can
okay.
as I was married to him, saying, this is community property,
Absolutely.
I want this shit back.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what the law says. No, that's what the law says. When I get involved, now let me just tell you one more story and then I'm done. We sued the IRS. I helped a man sue the IRS 11, 12 years ago. They came to court and said, please get these assholes off my back. Here's my accounting. They spent $1,100,000 on attorney's fees to get us off of their back. I love it. If it were me, I would put a suit together that he'll never wipe off. I'll bankrupt him. That's the second time I've done that. We had a company take a lady's money to give to the IRS. We sued the company. The suit went on for 7 years. It was $1,600. They spent $250,000. Then we appealed it. They said, "Good, no, here's the $1,600. We'll go away." See, they gave us the $1,600 back. So lawsuits are extremely expensive.
Yeah.
See, so does that make sense?
So what he's saying, if you put it together a good lawsuit, like you give a ton of production of documents to do, interrogatories, admissions, and do depositions, they're going to say, man, this is too much. They'll try to settle out with you.
They'll settle out. Now, there's two things allowed in court. What are they? Two things.
Evidence and facts.
Facts and evidence, right? He's right. So, make it very factual. Then when you file the suit, the court will take it. Then what I do now is I pay a process server. Because I served Mary Louise Garcia, who is the Tarrant County's thing. She opened it up, said, oh my God, she taped it back together and wrote on it, never received, and sent it back.
Oh my God.
So guess what? She got broke off in her. So I can't go in the courtroom down there. I can't even walk in. When she sees me walk in, the sheriff meets me at the door and says, you're not welcome here. Wait a minute, this is my courthouse, baby. But see, does that make sense? Because she had to hire an attorney herself, personally, show up at the thing, and he said, well, she never received it. I said, well, here's my, so I had her, what do you call them, process server. I paid a process server. He went in there. What was so funny was she was sitting in chambers being served. I have a judge right now that's being served next week while she's sitting on the bench in front of the whole courtroom.
Wow. See, I want to watch this. I want to be there. Like, I want to watch it.
No, I'm just telling you, see, okay, the judge told me I was an asshole, and I told him, thank you. So, does anybody have a question? Because my time is up.
All right, well, Cary, thanks for coming.